Hello, you found the voice.
BlackPressRadio.com.
The wait is over.
Yes, it is your girl, Roxy. Yes, Miss 106 the Park is in the building.
BlackPressRadio.com.
I'm starting it right now on BlackPodcast.com. Check it out.
This is Booth, a.k.a. Larissa Aurora from Flavor of Love and Charm School. Check out my interview on BlackPressRadio.com. Hey, this is Shay Bucky Johnson from Flavor of Love 2 and Charm School. Make sure you check out my interview at BlackPressRadio.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tango from VH1's I Love New York, and you can check out my interview at BlackPressRadio.com.
What's up, people? This is international music artist Dawn Paparella. Check out my interview at BlackPressRadio.com.
This is MC Light. You're listening to Black Press Radio.
This is Kawan, pronounced Kawan, and you're listening to BlackPressRadio.com. Y'all need to get up on it. If you ain't up on it, you slipping, you playing. What's going on, everybody? This is Neo, and you are listening to BlackPressRadio.com. Keep it locked. It's peace and love.
Hey, it's Paula Campbell, and you're listening to BlackPressRadio.com.
Hi, this is Mr. Boston from VH1's I Love New York, and you're listening to BlackPressRadio.com.
Hi, this is Madison, the Black Eagle of WOL 1450 in Washington, D.C., Radio 1, and XM Satellite Radio, Channel 169, The Power. You're listening to BlackPressRadio.com.
What's up? This is 50 Cent.
This is author Janaea Black.
Jim Winston.
Victoria Rao. This is Tiffany Montgomery, the author of The Millionaire Mistress.
Y'all, it's your boy Terrence Day from BET's 106 The Park, a.k.a. Mr. 6 O'Clock, and you know how it's going down.
Yo, Black Press Radio was jumping off right now. This is the world's greatest DJ, the Kid Capri. BlackPressRadio.com. Real serious on your internet radio dial, player. Holla. Yo, check it out. It's your man Melly, and you're chilling with BlackPressRadio.com. Holla.
For BlackPressRadio.com, I'm DC Livers. Today is the 10th anniversary of 9/11. Black Press Radio is live in Washington, D.C. and New York City for team coverage. On the line with us now is Bruce E. Williams, who was there with the president as he landed at JFK. Bruce, what can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you that the president and the first lady descended from Air Force One around about 7:30 this morning. They were holding hands as they came down the ramp. Mrs. Obama was wearing a charcoal black dress and carrying a black bag. The president was in a dark suit. He waved to a small gathering of people here and saluted the military honor guard. Then both of them got on one of two helicopters heading towards Ground Zero, and there were no important dignitaries here today to greet the president and the first lady at JFK. Right now, the Air Force One is parked outside here at JFK at Hangar 208, waiting for the president to come back to take him back to Washington, D.C.
Okay, well, for those of you listening, I just want to clarify, I'm not really sure that we're supposed to announce the hangar, but we did. So this is live radio, and of course that is what happened. So Bruce, can you give us a feeling for the environment and what the president, what was the environment like?
Well, the environment was likely mainly a small gathering of press photographers here, and still here. There was a limousine here, but he didn't use the limousine. He did salute the honor guard. He did wave to the small gathering. It was sort of a crisp, cool morning out here at JFK. We're in this part of the north part of JFK, where there's a major hangar, and this is also where Air Force One, whenever the president comes into New York, this is where he lands when he's at JFK International Airport. So it's a small gathering. There are still members of the military, as well as New York City Police Department, Port Authority Police Department, the Secret Service here. Earlier, the two helicopters, one that had the emblazoned words, United States of America, and the ones you normally see when he lands at the White House. There was a military guard with an M16 standing guard outside of that helicopter before the president arrived. And Air Force One taxied to this area after it landed and came around and is now standing here. Some of the engines are still going, if you can hear them in the background. And right now, we are just waiting for the president after he makes his remarks at Ground Zero, the World Trade Center, to do that. There's one interesting thing that I've never seen before. There was a lady dressed in black carrying a phone with a very heavy line that she takes all the way out to the plane before the president gets off the plane. I was told that is the hotline phone in case he has to take a phone call. He's right there, right underneath Air Force One.
And how tight is security today?
Well, security was very tight. As a matter of fact, I got here, I was really one of the first journalists to show up. And I was stopped by Secret Service agents, and they later asked for ID. They told me where to park. They checked my bags. The dogs checked around my bags. I met one of the President's White House entourage members, Jeff Tiller, and they checked for ID. I met several other photographers here, and one of the photographers who was familiar with taking a lot of shots at the White House gave me some pointers and tips on something to do and what to look forward to, and showed exactly where the plane was going to land, was going to taxi, and he was correct.
So, Bruce, you covered the reef when the president was last here with 9/11 just a few months ago, and you'll be here today when the president comes back. What do you expect is going to happen down there in terms of security and the press? Will there be a
security is going to be very, very tight. As a matter of fact, there are several subway stations that are closed. So in order for you to even get anywhere near Ground Zero, you would have to walk a good distance. Because for people who are not familiar with New York area, and especially down in that area around Lower Manhattan, that's sort of a tightly enclosed area. A lot of buildings are built close together. And there are hotels, there's City Hall nearby, there's the famous Trinity Cemetery where famous American revolutionaries are buried there. There's also the New York Stock Exchange is near that area. The World Financial Center is also right across the highway. So that's a very secure area. You have sharpshooters on buildings everywhere. You have people in security that you will not be able to see, period. You have police dressed in SWAT uniforms and a lot of high-tech gear. That's all around in that area. When I covered the reef-laying ceremony there, that's what I saw. I saw people in tactical weapons outfits at the ready. There were people who were on top of buildings that I was told you could not see them, that they were snipers. In case something happened, they were ready to take action. So when I was there at Ground Zero, the president came. It went in a very orderly fashion, and it went off without a hitch. And he met members of the 9/11 families that were there. None were here today. They're down at Ground Zero. But like I said before, that's the kind of security we're talking about. Very tight security. They check to make sure you have proper ID, which is what they did with me this morning. And I was here before dawn. So we're talking about it was still dark, the moon was up, and I was impressed by it.
Well, listen, I know we're going to be live with you in a few minutes, and I know you're going to be sending us some pictures here in a few minutes. So we'll look forward to your report. Brucey Williams, live in the field over at JFK, covering President Obama's arrival and departure. Black Press Radio will be covering the stories periodically throughout the day from Washington, D.C., as well as New York City. We'll also be talking to the black family that lost someone in 9/11. So we want to make sure that you guys stay tuned to our coverage at BlackPressRadio.com. If you have any questions, you can call us at 646-450-4249 or email BlackPressRadio@yahoo.com. Brucey Williams and DC Libraries reporting live in New York City.
This is author Janaea Black, and you're listening to BlackPressRadio.com.